The very last film that we reviewed on this channel was Macbeth, featuring Denzel Washington. How appropriate now that the first movie that we talk about is Equalizer 3, starring Denzel Washington, on this episode of The Monitors. Denzel Washington is no doubt one of our best actors, certainly of this generation. Even if the movie is bad, he will not be. He is a master of his craft, and he is still getting better. For Equalizer 3, he works with his frequent collaborator, Antoine Fuqua, and they tell the story of what retirement looks like for Robert McCall. Is Equalizer 3 worth your time and money? Yep, believe that. You get beautiful scenery as the story takes place in rural Italy. You get fine direction from Fuqua, who seems to know where the camera should be for every shot. You get some good action. Not John Wick level action, but a satisfying amount with a surprising amount of gore. McCall is a force of nature. In the previous Equalizer films, it seemed like the bad guys might have stood a chance, but in this outing, there are just many times it feels like you're watching a dang horror movie, and I'm sure that's the point. The story is simple and straightforward, so you won't rack your brain trying to follow it. Bad men doing bad things, while McCall is trying very hard to mind his own business while recovering from his injuries from his last rectification of bad men doing bad things. And then he all but begs the bad men to stop doing bad things, but only once. Then the carnage starts, and it doesn't stop until everyone is dead. Again, I can't say it enough, Denzel is top-notch, and as much as I really do like Fuqua as a director, it's Washington's performance that is the movie, and perhaps it's Fuqua's job to make sure that it stays that way. He keeps the story interesting and strangely comfortable without it feeling rehashed or old. And to tell the truth, there is nothing new here. We've seen this story before countless times. But because Washington makes us care about McCall, we care about these villagers because McCall does. It's a weird paradox, but Equalizer 3 is not structured like a character-driven movie, yet it is, and Denzel's the reason for that. The bad guys, members of the Italian Mafia, led by brothers Vincent and Marco Quaranta, played by Andrea Scarduzio and Andrea Dodero, are just nasty enough to make us want to see their comeuppance. The whole cast is good, though while most of them will likely not be familiar faces to American audiences, they inhabit this small Italian village with enough character and heart to make it believable that McCall would fall in love with it. One face that will be familiar is Dakota Fanning's, whose presence as the young CIA operative seems a little weird at first, but they're smart enough to point out how awkward it is early enough in the movie, and then they pay it off in a big way at the end, at least for fans of this franchise. And it was nice to see Fanning and Washington sharing the screen again after so many years since Man on Fire. So Equalizer 3 is supposedly the last of the series. I'm completely okay with that. Go out on top and don't stick around long enough to become a satire of yourself. Let Queen Latifah carry the mantle on TV. But Equalizer 3 is it is a great time at the movies. That's going to do it for this episode. We'll see you next time. When you get a chance, watch a flick, but don't forget to go outside and touch the grass. We'll see you next time. Peace.